problems, this is something that we experience deeply, and most of the time we don't solve it, hoping it goes away on its own. In my early years, I blamed my family and the world when I was dealing with problems, believing that they were responsible for solving them. I thought I was innocent and did nothing wrong, so why should I solve it? The entitlement. When problems came, I let others take the lead to solve it, and as a result, I was taking the back seat where I thought I would stay safe and comfortable. But each time I allowed this to happen, I became weaker, a coward, someone who was running away from discomfort to the point where the world would eventually eat me alive if I did not change my ways. I'm telling you this because I want to share the 3 transformational steps I took and how I was able to solve problems on my own and be the person who swapped the back seat for the front. And let me tell you, the view at the front is mesmerizing. The first step is to ask yourself, what result do I want? Is it to make more money, build a good body, have a family, build a business? What result do you want? When I was 23, I was very lost in what I wanted to do and where I wanted to go in life. Part of the reason I was working in a job I did not like, it was just not for me. It came to a stage I was dreading going to work and I had to do something different. I had to change or else nothing will change. I asked myself, what do I want to do? What result do I want? This is where I took a piece of paper and started to write down my strengths and my passion, what result I wanted for myself. And I was doing this whilst I was working in the office. Take the piece of paper, started to write down as many strengths I had, as many passions as I had. And once I've done that, I would take that piece of paper, put it back in the drawer, and I'll revisit this the next day. And I did this for 3 to 4 weeks every single day to make sure that I was on the right track. Because emotions come and go, and I wanted to make sure that what I wanted to do and the result I wanted for myself was consistent throughout that period, and I wasn't moving left and right. As I looked at my sheet every day, I began to have more clarity, knowing that my passion and my strength were aligning together and nothing else was coming in the way. I knew that this is the path that I needed to take, and the first action that I needed to do was to leave the corporate world to be able to get the result I wanted, and that is what I did. I left the corporate world to go and start off this education business. Asking myself the question, what result do I want when trying to solve this problem, allowed me to take actionable steps that will get me closer to solving the problem, as opposed to just putting the problem under the carpet and not dealing with it. It enabled me to take responsibility for my decisions and the actions I was going to take, which meant that even if things did not work out, I can't blame it on anyone else but me. And that was very liberating because I made the decision. It was on me. Whatever happens, good or bad, it comes back on me and no one else, and I was at peace with that. If you are in a position where you are lost, have no direction, and don't know where to begin, start with asking, what result do you want for yourself? It doesn't have to be so big because you don't want it to scare you to the point where you will give up thinking it's too hard. Start with something small. I want to make an extra $500 per month. I want to build 1 to 2 pounds of muscle in 6 to 12 months. I want to improve my relationship with my mom or dad first. As you start doing this, you will feel more inclination to wanting to achieve these results because you know it's within your reach. It will motivate you to take that first step. As you achieve this, you will see the results you want for yourself will only get bigger. You have more confidence, more capacity, and more hunger to do and be more. Once you know the outcome you want for yourself, the second step is to determine what activities you need to do in order to achieve the result you want. Once I knew the outcome I wanted for myself, which was to start this education company, I listed the activities I needed to do to start bringing new clients. This will be door-to-door selling, letting them know what I do and the service I provide, literally knocking on people's doors. I printed over 1,000 flyers to put through people's doors. This was way before Facebook advertising came up. I was reaching out to institutions and offering my services for free on a voluntary basis so they can see if I was good enough in their eyes. I did not ask for a single dollar. I advertised my services in Facebook groups. I studied the craft of how to emotionally connect with clients, but at the same time, I was improving and honing on my skill to making sure that the level of value I was providing was something that the clients were willing to pay for. There was a lot more activities I did. This is just to name a few. I kept doing these activities repeatedly and consistently and tweaked on my way. There is no shortcut to this game. The activities I was doing was the only way of me reaching the result I wanted for myself. I wanted to solve my problem. This was the way to do it. Executing on my activities on a consistent basis. It's interesting because as I was doing these activities, I started to learn a lot more about myself and my capacity to push more. You don't know what you're capable of until your back is against the wall and there's nothing you can do but to push through. You'll be surprised at what you can achieve. If the result you want for yourself is to make more money, you reverse engineer this and ask, how can I make more money? You list the tangible ways of making more money. If you have a job that is not paying you enough, have you thought about asking for a raise? And if they are not willing to do that, are you doing everything in your power of working hard and bringing a lot of value so they cannot say no? And even if you have done that and they still say no, have you thought about start looking for another job that is willing to meet your salary expectations. Or another way of looking at it is there could be extra side jobs that you can do in parallel with your main job that will help you bring extra income on the side. If you want to have a dream body, list the activities you need to be doing to achieving this. This would be eating clean, healthy food, going to the gym consistently, getting enough sleep. You probably have heard this many times now, it's nothing new. I was quite skinny to begin with and I wanted to build some muscle and have a good body. Believe it or not, the first 7 years of my training was done at home. It was only in the last 2 years that I joined a gym. I listed the activities I needed to do to achieve the result I wanted and I stuck with it. Discipline was my best friend. If you are able to do the activities you need to do consistently to achieve the result that you want, I guarantee you will achieve the result you want. The third step is to do the activity on a consistent basis. When you start an activity, this could be building a business, learning a qualification, building a skill, going to the gym, you will get a high to begin with. But there will be many challenges that will come along the way that will try and derail you from doing the activity consistently. Most people give up when they don't see the result. They want the result instantly. Look, I'm going to be honest with you here. Nothing in life comes easy. And if you think it's going to be easy, then you've been taught wrong. During my first couple of years of running the education business, I was seeing no results at all. I only had a couple of clients. It was extremely difficult to get new clients. I got rejected by over 40 different institutions when trying to sell my services. I was even willing to do it for free, which adds more salt to the wound. Everything I tried was not working, but one thing I kept doing and doing consistently was still providing a quality service for the current clients I was helping. I kept over delivering and did the activity on a consistent basis. Even though I was seeing no growth, even though I was seeing no result, I just kept going and put the customers at the forefront of my mind, making sure that they get real, genuine value and they were reaping the benefits from this. I was giving and giving more than I was taking. The beautiful thing about doing something consistently, even when results don't go your way or you see no growth, is that you are building strong foundations so that you are ready when things do explode and immense growth comes your way. For me, that was the power of word of mouth. Because I was focusing and over delivering for the few customers I had, those customers eventually spread the word about what I was doing, and that spread turned into wildfire. I would tell you this, that feeling when things click and you finally see growth when all you have tasted this shit for many years is one of the greatest feelings you will get. Had I given up early because I saw no result from the activity I was doing, I would not have this growth coming my way. This reminds me of the Chinese bamboo tree, where it takes 5 years before it even sprouts from the ground. You have to water it every single day for 5 years, month after month, year after year, and then 5 years later, within 6 weeks, it grows to 90 feet. This is a great analogy of life where nothing comes easy, and it takes time and consistent effort day in, day out, year in, year out for you to eventually reap the dividends. If you're trying to play the short game, you will never win. Eventually, you will give up. But when you play the long game, there's no stopping you. Everything starts from zero. When are you going to start? Peace.